All right, guys. So the next thing I want to talk about is about competition, right? We're still talking about how to make sure that a business is proven. Okay, now we have a start, right? Just go into an existing market. Now, when you're in that market, the key is to keep your competitors very, very close, right? You hear about people saying keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Same with competition. Keep them very, very close. And in all honesty, the way that I look at it is you can get to the point, and you should get to the point where your competition are your friends. Okay. Um, it may not sound like that's typical, but I'll tell you right now that if you can get to that point, it's a good thing to have. Is that to have all these competitors actually be good friends and be cordial, so that you guys can work together possibly. Because especially if you're smaller fish, right, and they're big fish, become friends, right? Become friends because eventually, and I've built businesses like this before where I built them big and I've attached myself to the Netflix of that industry, and eventually that Netflix bought me, right? So and I purposely did this so that I can, that they can be aware of me, I'm aware of them. I'm willing to help them in any way. I don't care if they help me back or not. I just want them to know that I'm there because I'm in their niche, and I'm a sub niche for them, and I want them to turn around and buy me eventually or merge. So in any case, keep your competitors very, very, very close. So I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to show to you exactly how I do this, guys. None of this is rocket science. It's very simple to do. You just have to know what you are looking for. So I'm actually going to, let's say that I had a friend that, that knows about supplements, right? So I'm going to just start here and let's see where this goes. Okay. So again, I didn't plan any of this. I just want to look into this, because all these ideas and stuff, all these possible ventures that you can start, right? They're all around you. And once you find it, you need to start doing your research. I'm going to show you a lot of different ways to do research, but this is the simplest way. And I do this all the time, guys. Google it now. I always search Google for certain things that I'm looking to get into, right? So let's say that I wanted to do supplements, right? Doing a quick Google search on supplements, you'll find a few websites, you'll find a bunch of different things, and you'll be able to see what it is that they're promoting, what it is that they're selling, right? So, and I'll go in here. I mean, you got the Vitamin Shop. These are kind of like your GNCs where they're selling a bunch of stuff. And a lot of times on their front page, they'll have kind of what's selling the best right now, right? So I'll never go into um, I'll never go into an industry where I don't do this before I get in, guys, because I want to see what it is that's selling a lot, what they have on their first page. And if I look up here, they have collagen peptides. Collagen peptides. I have no idea I don't even know what that is, right? But it's up here, has 4.5 stars or so. Magnesium gummies, right? All of this stuff, guys. I don't even know what that is, but I'm going to dig in more, right? I'm going to go to Amazon. Okay, I love Amazon. And I'm going to look into supplements here too. So supplements. All right. Hmm. And look at all this stuff. Look, I see it again. Collagen. Something going on with these collagen peptides again. I don't know what this is, guys, but it must be popular. So again, I'm just researching if I'm going to get into supplements, where should I start? So I'm going to look up collagen peptides because I keep seeing this. I saw that in the Google search and I saw it here. Ooh, look at that. So um, I'm looking for these best sellers, right? Collagen peptides. Here's the best seller, 18,000 reviews, right? So I'm going to click on this so I can look more into this. I'm also going to go and find Sports Research is the company, right? Sports Research supplements. Oops. Oh yeah, this is it. There's their website. Okay. Um, Again, I'm coming into this, guys. I don't know much about these guys at all, but it looks like they sell a lot of collagen peptides, right? Supplements. They have kind of four things. Oh, here's bestsellers. Oh, look at that. Collagen peptides and MCT oil. Okay. whatever that is. But they do a lot of different forms of collagen peptides. Again, guys, and I'm looking at this, I don't even know much about this. But again, whenever I'm looking at different businesses, I come from that angle to where it doesn't matter what it is, because these guys have already proven that there's a huge need for whatever this product is in the market. And the fact that this has, 18,000 reviews, where anything else, and even all the competitor versions of this stuff, right? This is another physicians collagen peptides, and they have almost 9,000 reviews. Vital Proteins collagen peptides, 4,000 reviews. Like this is important stuff, guys. And I don't even know what it is, but that's awesome, right? So I got collagen peptides here. I got collagen peptides here, collagen peptides here. So I'll tell you right now, guys, if I was going to start a supplement company, even just simply looking at this, I'd probably try and figure out what this MCT oil and collagen peptides are, and figure out how much it would cost for me to produce this, and then I'd go about having very similar looking ads, packaging, and everything to start doing what these guys are doing. Okay. So in any case, supports skins, bones, and joints. Um, all I'm saying, guys, is do not make stuff up, because you do not have to make it up, guys. Just go online, and that took me just a few minutes to find a product that's, that's huge. That's, obviously a lot of people are buying, a lot of people are reviewing it. And then I'm going to go ahead and check out within this, right? Within this, what can I do to be part of it, right? So I'm going to go to these reviews, and I'll tell you right now, whenever I go to reviews, this is a big part of research, and I'm going to just do the quick version of this. But a lot of times I'll hire this workout. I'll have an assistant do this work and do a full out report on what it is that collagen peptides are. And especially this, I do not like reading 5-star reviews because they're always too happy. I don't like reading 1 and 2-star reviews because they're too mad, right? The ones that I love and the ones that are the most telling are these 3 and 4-star reviews. There aren't many people out there that'll make a 3 or 4-star review unless they've really taken into consideration everything about that product, what they like, what they didn't like. A lot of times 4-star people would love to be 5-star, but there's just one thing that's bothering them. And those are the things that I want to find out, because I want to know what the heck these guys are lacking at, right? So that I can come in and possibly fill that hole and become the collagen peptide supplement company that's taking care of all of these people that aren't very happy, right, with the product, or they love it, or there's something that doesn't work, right? Results so far encouraging, right? I'm looking like this is just to help people grow their nails, and yeah, it's kind of weird, but heck, it doesn't matter because they need it, right? So wish it would last longer. Happy with it. Inconsistent packaging and product. Okay. So it looks like sometimes they have a great one, and then another time they'll get it and it has a funky taste. So it's not very consistent, is what I'm seeing here. 34 servings, not 41 like advertised, right? So maybe they're having problems in the production plant or where they're manufacturing it and packaging it, because it's not consistent, right? So you see all these things, consistency, right? So again, just in a little amount of time, I've been able to pick this apart and see that this is a great product, but something that people are having struggles with are with the fact that it's not consistent, right? These are coming in, and sometimes it has 34 scoops, sometimes it has 41. The taste isn't consistent, right? The cool thing about this, guys, look at this. Okay, websites nowadays have become obsolete. People are selling on Amazon, social media, right? So you don't really have people heavily searching for you directly on your website. They're coming straight to the places where they love shopping, and that's Amazon, right? So I just went through a lot of these reviews. Again, 3 and 4-star reviews, guys, those are gold. Write that down. Remember that 3 and 4-star reviews are going to help you figure out where you fit into that niche, or where you should fit into that niche, so that you can create a whole new, right? Not a whole brand new product, but another product from a different angle that's going to take care of those customers that aren't satisfied yet, but they still love the actual product and they still need the actual product. Okay. So look at Amazon reviews, look at Google reviews. You'll find a lot of different places where you find different reviews. Search online to find the best collagen peptides, right? There are so many articles out there that you can see the 7 best collagen supplements in 2020, right? Best overall, right? You can see all of this. Let's see if these guys show up in here. They may not even show up in here, but they're selling a lot on Amazon. Vital proteins shows up on this one, okay? So just go through, read why it is that these articles are saying what they are saying, okay? Amazon bestsellers. These guys are number 1, right? These guys are number 2, the article that we just read, right? So make sure you're well versed in everything before you go out and start getting quotes on how to produce these, okay? I imagine some of you guys may be hot on this topic right now, just like I am, and maybe we're all going to start a collagen peptide company and start selling it online. So in any case, make sure that you dig into things, guys. You got to keep your competitors very, very close. Blockbuster did not do this, okay? Going back to that story, Blockbuster did not do this. They thought that they were too big, you know, so they didn't do the research. You got to keep them close. You got to make sure that you understand what everybody else is doing, especially those ones coming up, just like we are, right? You're starting a new one, you're coming up like a Netflix and figuring something out that people want, right? So in any case, keep your competitors close and then you will be doing great, okay? So the next thing I want to talk about is the myth of doing what you love. I hear this all the time. You know, people talk about, hey, you know what? You should only get into business with something that you love. Okay, if you love kittens, you know, get into the kitten business. If you love this, get into this business. Okay, just only do what you love. Only do what you're going to be happy at, and all that kind of stuff. And again, this is my opinion. But to me, that is a bunch of baloney, okay? Because when you think about it, guys, remember what we talked about. You're trying to start with the end in mind. The outcome is what you want to think about. You're trying to think about an outcome, right? My outcome isn't doing something that I love. My outcome is I want to have all the time and money that I want, freedom with my family, and that's it, okay? Everything whatever I need to do to get there, right? I'm not just going to do, if I love kittens, I'm not going to spend my entire life trying to figure out kitten businesses if they don't make a lot of money, if I can't automate those businesses to do very well, okay? I'm not going to push away all these other awesome businesses that are growing really fast, that can make a lot of money, that can do very well for me just because I love kittens, okay? So that's a myth, guys. It's just a myth. Don't do it. It should not be the deciding factor in whether or not you want to do a business, okay? So the other thing too is just because your grandfather, your grandmother, your mother or father, they owned a certain coffee shop or a certain, you know, shop that fixed shoes, that doesn't mean that you have to do that, okay, guys? Generational businesses, a lot of times, they stay that way and they never really grow because people aren't willing to look outside of it and adjust what the heck is, you know, adjust things to match the market, to match the year, the generation that you're in, because things are always changing, right? Things are always changing. So you have to look outside of what the norm is so that you can find different things, guys. Just like I talked about when we were talking about the GPS, right? Right. So you're over here, right? This is you. Okay. And you want to make it, you want to make it over here where time freedom is, right? This is where you are trying to make it. Time and money freedom. And again, I just don't want anyone to think that this is the only way that you can do it, is just doing something that you love. Eventually, you're going to be able to do whatever the heck you want when you have enough assets and businesses paying you to be able to give you that time freedom and money freedom. On this road to getting to where you're at, you may say, hey, because my family does dry cleaning, you know, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do dry cleaning. Okay. But if your grandfather, your grandmother, your dad, your mom has been doing dry cleaning all their lives, a lot of times all this is going to do for you is it's going to keep taking you down, you know, taking you back up, right? Taking you down, and you're not really, you may be getting a little closer to time and money freedom, but a lot of times in these generational businesses, you end up dying before that even happens. And then you pass that same jail to your children. Okay. Do not do this, guys. You have to look outside of the box, because now you can, if you're looking outside, you can find different options that are going to get you even closer, right? So let's say that you don't, you know, your family's all doing dry cleaning, but you find this new online gig that sells socks, okay? Online. And it doesn't require you to be there, okay? Now all of a sudden, you take a quicker path to where you're trying to go, okay? And that's the goal, guys, is trying to get into as many ventures as you can, getting in and out, building them so that you can have a quicker, right, journey to that time and money freedom that you're seeking. So again, instead of just trying to concentrate on something that you love or something that's the family business, get into something that's actually going to work, okay? Get into something that's actually going to take you a lot quicker to that destination of time and money freedom that we're all trying to get to, right? So in any case, I hope that's making sense. I just don't want anybody to be able to fall for that when people tell them, hey, you know, just do what you love. It's a big hoax, guys. Do what you love when you're able to do what you love. Okay. In the meantime, do whatever business makes sense to make you enough to get there, right? Enough ongoing monthly income without the need of your physical presence at whatever business it is that you choose to do, so that you can get there a lot quicker. Okay. So, um, so what you want to do in all of this is just like we did with the collagen peptide thing, right? You got to pick your problem and your audience, right? Within that niche, within that business, you got to pick what it is that you want to focus on. Focus just on that. Figure out how to create a service or product that's going to take care of that, and start marketing to the same demographic that that company is that you're modeling after. Okay. And I'll go back to that again. And the more and more we talk about this, guys, the more and more I'm like, you know what? I should just do this just to show you guys that it's possible. But again, I may look into this and I may see that this is, there's a lot more, or again, because it's a product-based business, a lot more funds that I need to put out, more than I would want to. But again, still worth a try if I see that there's such a big need, and such a big demand for as many people as that I see that are buying this product. So in any case, so now it's, again, it's knowing the problem, right? People want to grow their nails. People want to uh, all of this stuff, right? Digestion, low molecular weight peptides, healthy lifestyle, all this kind of stuff. Again, I still don't know everything that this does, but it definitely works, and it's definitely something that people need. So that's the problem, right? So I'm going to identify what the problem is. I'm going to identify my target audience, which these guys are going to help me identify who those people are. Through Amazon, I can sell it, and anywhere else where these guys are selling, I can find that out online and start selling to that same demographic. Okay, so in any case, the other thing that is very important when we're dealing with this, guys, is also um, knowing your location. Okay, so let's talk about location. This is a big one. Okay, so I used to, well, and I still do. I build these big recreation parks. Some of them are trampoline parks. Some of them are Ninja Warrior course parks or whatnot. But we've built them all throughout the U.S. We're building some in Italy, and possibly out in the South Pacific as well. But I'm going to draw a map. Okay, I apologize. I'm not very good at drawing, but this is the United States of America, obviously, right? You got Texas, and then you got California, something like that. Okay. Anyways, you get the picture. I'll write it so you guys know what it is. Okay. USA. Okay. And what we're talking about right now is know your location. Okay. Now this is the location of your business. Okay. So I remember we built some of these recreation parks, one right by Nashville. Okay. We did another one out here in right around Orlando. Okay. So we're building these parks and they're doing amazing, right? So they're out here. We're making a lot of money out here. We're making a lot of money out here. We're making a lot of money out here. Now, I started doing these and we built 15 of them and they were all doing great or whatnot. But there was one location in particular that, again, I'm trying to save you guys time and money by not trying to help you not make the same mistake. But there was a location that I did not like. My partners liked it. I didn't like it. We didn't really it didn't really match a lot of the other demographics of locations that we were used to when we were building these recreation centers. But in any case, they still wanted to do it. So we went over here and God, I want to see if you guys know where this is. Right here. We went to a place called Moscow, Idaho. And we decided to build one of these recreation parks because what we thought, okay, and what my partners thought, I wasn't really sold on this, but we found that there was two universities there. One was Washington State University, okay, and then we have the University of Idaho there as well, okay. And we figured that if we built this park, in a lot of these locations, a lot of these locations are doing 200,000, 300,000 a month in gross revenue, and we're keeping about 50 to 70% of that, sometimes even more. So we go to Moscow, Idaho, and because of these universities, we thought, well, maybe we can create a park or a recreation park that these college students would want to come to and party, have their parties, relax, exercise. We'll throw some big Ninja Warrior courses in there, some trampolines, some big party rooms. And what we found out, guys, is that the people or all the students that were supposed to be our customer base, they liked to do something else instead of what we were offering. Okay. Again, sorry, I'm not good at drawing. Okay. They like to drink and party. Okay. So that's supposed to be a beer bottle. So instead of coming to our recreation center, anytime they had free time, these college students were drinking. They were drinking and partying and being drunk. We weren't allowed to let anybody into our recreation facilities if they were drunk, obviously, because we did not want them to get injured, right? And turn around and sue us because they're drunk and they broke their leg and this and that, right? So we found out very early on that the business that worked everywhere else was not going to make as much money. The crazy thing is that this business in particular for us still made about a 14% return annually on the money that we put in, and that's money that would actually pay us. And again, for some businesses, they're okay with that, a 14 to 20% return, but a lot of our other locations were doing way more than that. So again, was it a failure? No. But what I want you guys to realize and understand is just because a business works in one location does not mean that it's going to work in your location. Just because in Italy, they love buffalo mozzarella cheese before every single meal. They like having 10-course meals or whatnot. That does not mean that is going to work in the United States, right? And as I'm showing you here, just because something works in one city doesn't mean that it's going to work in another. If anything, I have a lot of friends from Russia, the Ukraine, and in Samoa, everywhere. And a lot of times, Ukrainians and Russians will come to Utah and they'll taste American bread and they'll say, man, this is terrible. The worst bread I've ever tasted in my life, right? But in America, everybody's buying it, right? So just know and understand, guys, that You need to know your location and understand that just because this venture is working somewhere else, it does not mean that it's going to work for you and in your location. So pay attention to that, study into that, make sure that, I mean, the easiest way to know that something's working in your location is to look around you and make sure that there's something exactly like or very similar to what it is that you're trying to start already thriving in the area that you're trying to do your business, right? If anything, the best businesses to model after or to start in your area are ones that are so good, that are doing so well, right? You go to a shop and the line's out the door, right? There's something, go to some restaurant, in San Antonio, I remember there was this piano bar where there's two pianos dueling against each other. And anytime we would go there while I was in military training, the lines are way out the door, and people loved it, right? Stuff like that. That works in San Antonio. Don't take that idea and bring it to Utah. In Utah and a lot of other cities and states, a lot of people don't drink, so it's not going to work as well to have a bar, with dueling pianos that cater to a lot of people that are drinking and having fun and doing it that way. It doesn't mean that it's not a great business. It just means that it works in certain locations. Okay, so again, location, location, location. All of these things fit together to help you realize whether or not something is proven where you're at. Okay. And if I go back, just remember, second mover advantage, make sure that you're following things that are already working. In this case study, we learned that you got to make sure that you are always on your toes. You are always watching your surroundings, that you keep your competitors very close. Don't fall for the myth of doing what you love. Okay. You do not have to start there, guys. You got to do what works the most. Okay. Do what works the most, and then you will get to the point where you can do what you love. Okay. Don't start with what you love. Again, some people may argue with me on that, but again, uh, I'll show you right now my whole network of friends that do very, very well for themselves. And a lot of them are doing things that they never thought they would have done, that they don't necessarily love, but they love the fact that it pays them a monthly income, tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, without them having to run it, right? I know anyone on this course would love that, right? So know your location. Make sure that you're not just trying to do something because it works somewhere else. You got to make sure that it will actually work in your location for the people that are in that area. And again, also know that a lot of this is geared towards more brick and mortar businesses. If you're doing an online business, it's a lot easier to focus because you can geo tag, you can focus just on certain cities and states. And that's what's awesome about online businesses, because you can just target focus those places that you want to sell to and leave everybody else out of it, so you're not having to pay to advertise to people that will not buy your product. So in any case, hope you guys love this section, guys. We'll move on to the next.